Notification to be notified when I post a new video. I was gonna say my video is freezing up. Why is that? Why is that happening? So anyway, yeah, do me a favor, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Remember, red hearts if you made it through, purple hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, and yellow hearts if you rock with me and got my six, meaning have my back because I have yours. Also, do me a favor, go over to my other channel, The World is Waiting Tarot, and subscribe to that channel. That is an all sign channel where you can get any sign that you're looking for. Yeah, we are going to discuss a topic, and then based on that topic, we're going to discuss the journey and the lesson, and then understand the lesson and the journey. And at the end of the read, we're going to pull from the crystal deck, which focuses on the chakras. We're going to release the negative energy with an affirmation at the end of the read. We are using the situation decks by Intuitive Envision 1111. We're going to use that to see what situation you got going on. So this is the topic that we're going to discuss when it comes to this reading, and it's plugged, tuned in, internet, and connected. You are connected now. Maybe you were unplugged at one point. Maybe you were in hermit mode, at one point, but right now things have changed and you're tuning in. And so tuning in causes a lot of, when it comes to this retrograde that we're in, it calls for you to be very analytical, for you to get back on your horse, to keep going, and to see things for what they are. You are practicing the 4 agreements. I posted that in my community chat, what the 4 agreements consist of. We're being impeccable with our words. We're always doing our best, and we are not taking things personal. And why am I having a brain freeze? And that's the reason why I have everything written in front of me, because always do your, but don't make assumptions. That's the biggest one. Do not make assumptions when it comes to this situation, and the situations that cause you, and these are the things that cause you to be unplugged. When you start taking things personal, when you know that you've done your best, but it's still not enough, and when you make assumptions on why a person is the way that they are. And another thing is be impeccable with your words, because the words you put out in the universe are like spells. And if you understand the words that you put out based upon how you feel at the present moment, based on the past, which causes fear, and the future, which causes anxiety, then you'll know not to speak certain words, and you'll understand. But that's all coming with learning. So you are plugging back into this thing we call life, and it could be because there are karmic situations that could have involved family or some type of inner circle type energy. There could have been third-party relationships or a lesson that you had to learn in regards to karmic energies. And so that's why I tell you at the end of the day to always send strength and healing, period. Nothing else behind that. Always send strength and healing. Yeah. There's going to be some type of pop-up, or there's something unexpected or spontaneous energy that's happening, probably from the people that you unplugged from. And that's normally how it happens when you least expect it. When you feel like you've gotten over a situation, boom, somebody appears. So when you say send strength and healing to somebody, period, it's because you want them to heal no matter what the situation is, and you need them to be strong in the process, because if they're not strong in the process, they're going to come back to you, pull your energy away, and then you'll lose your healing process. You'll lose where you are in your healing process, and most likely they'll never start to heal, if that makes sense, respectfully. Pressure cooker, rage ready to explode. So maybe you unplug and cause somebody or some people or some situations to explode. See, you were in hermit mode, closed in, trapped, and frustrated, and access granted. You plug back into the internet. I don't know. You're giving people access back. You're giving people access to come back into your life, and the internet has a crazy way of doing that. Social media, when you stop posting all of a sudden and then you start back, now people are trying to figure out what you got going on, if they're not trying to figure that out, and they could be scared, panicked, and having anxiety, or you could have, and that's why you unplugged. Does that make sense? And now, since we talked about the 4 agreements, don't make assumptions. See, because all of these situations that we're in, we're making assumptions. And this is what we're doing when it comes to tarot and everything else, and trying to find a message and trying to understand the feeling that we feel when it comes to the way people are. And so the positivity about what I'm trying to do is get you to understand the emotion and the feeling behind where you were and behind what you're doing. If you're thinking about the past or you're thinking about the future, the past again causes fear, and the future causes anxiety. So, and then the reason why I say that is that future mindset, looking into the future, which is causing you anxiety, is because you're like, this person, this situation can be like this in the future. No, you don't have any knowledge of that, and that's causing you anxiety. Does that make sense? And so you unplug, you unplug, but now for some reason you feel like you're at a point to where you can give people access to you and get back into your life, whether it be through social media or whether you're ready to deal with the person. And that's the reason why I say don't make permanent decisions on temporary emotions, because those permanent decisions that you make when it comes to how you feel, your angriness or the angry part of the way somebody makes you feel, is because you're making assumptions and you're thinking for that person. You're taking your thoughts and you're putting them into that person's. You're making it as if somebody is actually saying these things to you. And what happens is when you start to make assumptions, is because you're playing over in your head how you feel. And that's you being codependent on somebody else's energy, which 9 times out of 10, they don't really care. Respectfully, they may not care, or they're not even on the same page as you, and they're not even worried about the things that you worry about. But at this point, this is when you become very analytical and go into hermit mode, and you close yourself down and you unplug, and you stop giving people access to your social medias, or people are coming behind fake profiles, and it makes you feel like you're ready to explode. That's anxiety, that's being scared, and that's panicking about future endeavors or based upon the fears of the past. And it could be in regards to relationships or lessons that you need to learn and learn how to deal with it. So the first lesson is not to make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Ask for what you want. So if you are clear, and trust me, I had to learn this. If you are clear with the things that you want, no matter who the person is. I said to you guys the other day, if you guys want to go and watch my video about the 50 Shades of Grey, when you are learning that this person has everything and you feel like you have nothing or you're not on their level, even still, you still have to say what you want, no matter what. And you give them the opportunity. And see, that's what these people do. When they say, this is what I'm used to, when they give you these are their guidelines. When they say, this is what I'm used to and this is how it's been, they're telling you what they're not going to accept from you. And they don't care how you feel. But you have to start doing that respectfully, right? Because you're going to also be impeccable with your words. You're going to be impeccable with your word and understand that if you don't say it, then you'll start to make assumptions on how they feel. And it'll all wrap up into you feeling some way and unplugging yourself. So ask for what you want. It says, find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask likewise. Everybody has the right to ask for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. And so again, if you're making assumptions based upon not saying what you want, then that's where a whole bunch of whirlwind of dealing with a person, place, thing, or a situation starts to happen, and you start to feel like this person is that way, and then you're going to start walking on eggshells. You're going to start feeling less than. You're going to start thinking and overthinking a situation. Does that make sense? This is from the messages of love. This is from the messages of love. Well, all of those cards come out. Friendship. Yeah. This friendship is leading to more. So if you're telling people how you feel and you're not scared about it, or you're not panicking about how they feel, and you're not having anxiety, you'll know who a person is based upon the things that you say. Here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. Strictly sexual. This connection is passionate but not enduring. So again, is this a friendship? Self-care. And it's best to be, and it sounds cliche, but it's best to be friends before you're anything else, because you'll know that person for who they are. You'll know everything about that person, and you get to decide how they deal with things, how they take things, how they treat people in the midst of being angry, hurt, sad, mad, or happy. So you'll understand. But understand this: self-care, clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting, because that could be why you're going into hermit mode, or it could be you're in hermit mode because you just feel like you can't take it anymore. So because you made assumptions, you feel like, I'm done. I can't take anymore. I'm done with this person. And this person doesn't even know how you feel because you haven't spoken your truth, And so the fate, this is a destined partnership, and it could be. So this friendship could turn into more, but if you want more from this thing in the beginning and you don't say what you want, then you turn around and you get the cold end of the stick, because this person may want to have sex only. And you're like, okay, I'm not feeling this way. I want more, because you are looking at the perception of how you want things to be, or how you see things, or what is it, the possibilities of how you see things. A new love or recommitment to love is developing, and stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. Now, these are the things that you saw in the beginning. But if you don't say this in the beginning, this is how I see us. No matter how much it sounds like a Beauty and the Beast story, or how much it sounds like, how Belle sung, and she read the books, she read the storybooks and everything. So no matter how far-fetched, and remember, everybody thought Belle was so crazy, this crazy old girl. And they felt like her father was crazy too, because he wanted to create inventions, and she always had her dad's back. Sounds like a Cancer to me. But, no matter how far-fetched it sounds, she still had the best interest of her father. And we have the best interest of the people that we care about. And then she tried to prove to the beast when she tried to prove to the people when she saw, how loving and caring the beast was. No, it's not like that. He's not like that. He's changed. She tried to be that. Don't talk about my father that way. No, you don't talk about my father that way. You get what I'm saying? Like, she tried to prove their worth to, she tried to prove the father's worth, and then the beast's worth once she figured out who he really was. And that's what we do. And we are in the storybook character, imagination type thing, because we turn around and, we see the beauty in the situation in the beginning, right? When this is how they see it, strictly sexual, strictly sexual, because we made assumptions on how we felt like it would be based upon us seeing. And then once we stop seeing that and we unplug, then they start to search and look, because we remove our energy. And you removed yours because you were ready to explode. You were tired of being patient and trying to get this person to see your beauty, when everybody else is into materialistic things or into the perception. Everybody loved Gaston. He was so cocky and arrogant, and the beast was like that too, until somebody gave him a rude awakening, and so I say that to say to you, this is the Beauty and the Beast story. You can read these books, and I know there's something there that wasn't there before. You get to these points that is something there in this situation. And that's when you start to really unplug and look at this person for who they are. You're not looking at what they're looking at. They're looking at it as a strictly sexual, but you're making assumptions on how somebody can be, how somebody could be. And, if you find a Gaston, you turn around and you say, women are supposed to be this way. And you're like, that's not how people are. But then you don't pay attention to all those things when it comes to people like that, because that is not who you are. You like your storybook characters, and everybody falls for that asshole, which you're starting, when you meet the beast, he's so timid and so tough on the outside, but you see something there that wasn't there before. You see through the bullshit, or the pain, or the anger, or the outside. You get what I'm saying? And so it's your perception on how you want things to be based on the storybook, which down the line comes true. But you become friends and you get to know each other. So do you think that Belle would have loved Gaston? No, she would have felt like she was settling, because that's what everybody is supposed to do. Instead, she kept reading her storybooks. Does that make sense? She kept reading her storybooks. And, you know, it's like clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. You know, so that's self-care. Everything that she did to make herself happy. She supported her father. She made herself happy by reading the books, and everybody thought she was crazy. She didn't want to be a housewife like everyone else. She didn't want to do those things, you know? And then she falls in love in the most mysterious ways, a storybook relationship, right? But they had to learn to be friends because they were upset with each other. She was upset with him because her father came and he treated him like a criminal or whatever it was. And he's like, he came here to make fun of the beast, you know? And so that's how those situations of learning to become friends and learning what you want and not just basing it on this. This is what Gaston was basing it on, you know? And so the point of her self-care made her be able to realize and see the potential in what the softer side of the beast. I don't know. Hold on one second, you guys. Okay, so I had to take a moment to pause and get my pretty situated and also get a couple of things done today. I forgot I had a project due for school. But anyway, back to the Beauty and Beast story, right? If you go ahead and understand that some of the karmic situations that you deal with, or the relationship issues, or the people that's around you, or the naysayers and the non-believers that come around, and even the people that only think that they want sex, and you want something else, and then turns around and you start to make assumptions based upon how you see things and how you think a person should feel by you not telling them exactly what you want in the beginning. And it's harsh to say it, but respectfully, we all got to know it, because then we start making permanent decisions on temporary emotions. And if you stay in that energy of the way Belle was, she always wanted something, but she didn't want to be just a typical housewife. She didn't want to be like everybody else waiting for their man to come home. And, you know, so it was just different the way she looked at things. And she was still, you know, a hopeless romantic without, being trapped in the normal everyday life in her city. Does that make sense? And so now, with that being said, I was going to say, I'm going to pull from 100 Ways to Win at Love. No, this is not 100 Ways to Win at Love. What is this? I think this is. No, yeah, this is 100 Ways to Win at Love. I'm thinking that it was my other deck, which I can't find it, but it's not the archetype deck. Anyway, it says trust your intuition. All right. It says, the bottom of the deck says, be engaged but not totally interested. This came out in my last reading as well. Practice the art of detachment, playing it cool and not overly interested. Let their hunter instinct kick in. Take a step back and allow yourself to be hunted. Now, we're talking about Gaston, right? And so you would think that that's what Belle was doing, and that's the reason why she had his attention, which is basically what she was, you know, not paying attention to them. And when you don't pay attention to somebody who thinks it's strictly about sex, they start to question, you know, or start to think that, you know, you're strange, you're crazy because you don't want what everybody else wants. Does that make sense? And so when you fall for that type of person, and that person realizes that you don't want the same thing that everybody else wants, and it doesn't enthuse you what everybody else wants from them, then they start to look at things in a different perspective. And that only happens when you unplug from the norm of what normal society thinks that it should be. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense, respectfully. But anyway, the universe says trust your intuition. Careful not to brush away red flags in the relationship, because red flags do not go away. Trust your intuition. You're alone. You alone have to make the call. So again, after so long, you realize that it's becoming more toxic for you, and it's making you want to explode. You know, the third party situations, the karmic situations, or this karmic relationship, or the assumptions that you made that this person may one day want this same thing that you want. But they do. They just are immature right now and don't know exactly what it is until you take away their access. Does that make sense? So that's how I see this energy. I'm going to go ahead and pull from the love situations to see the type of situations, and then I'll go ahead and pull from the romance angel Oh God, I can't. Doreen Virtues, the Romance Angels. I think that's what it's called. But we're going to pull from the love situations here. But again, it all comes back to self-care from your part. Unlocking, yeah. So the unlocking card is here. It says locked doors are opening, removing blockages, and love is coming. So, you could be opening back up your door to new endeavors, new ideas, new situationships. And that's where you have opened back up the ability for somebody to, well, not necessarily somebody, for people to gain access to you. But again, you're making this person be ready to explode because you were in the beginning. And now, you're unlocking all of these different doors. You have the key. You see, it's keys here. If you guys look at what I'm seeing here, this is a lock, right? This is a lock, closed in, trapped, and frustrated. This is telling you, here's the key here. Faking profile, hiding, social media. You're hiding based upon you making assumptions and you're unplugging. So plugged is tuned in, internet, and connected. So you are unlocking. You're giving people access to you. Access granted, right? You're giving people access to you because you realize that this energy of making permanent decisions, or making assumptions when it came to somebody who is only wants sex, is like, okay, so now they're figuring out that you're opening it back up and they're asking you, they're basically looking at it now, okay, Cancer's back and opening the doors. And is that because new love is coming in? So now you got this person making assumptions about you because now you're coming back out of hermit mode and you're trusting in your intuition. Yeah, because you healed. You see what I'm saying? You've healed from the situationship. And so therefore you're not making assumptions anymore. And now people are looking at you like, where you been, Cancer? Where you been? And now this person is in a rage and ready to explode because now you come back out and you're back on social media. You're back in the limelight or around people, and people are like totally interested. And now this person it says be engaged but not totally interested, because the spontaneous thing is that you come out of hermit mode and now this person wants to have a surprise visit with you, or the spontaneous or the unexpected could be love coming in, because locked doors are now opening. You're removing the blockages of making the assumptions when it comes to somebody who doesn't want what you want. You want a family, of course. You don't want karmic situations. You don't want to feel locked up, but you're coming out of hermit mode. And so maybe that's the new love that's coming in, is somebody here and now. Your true love is already a part of your life. So now you have the opportunities to see who's around you that could be considered a true love. This friendship is leading to more. Could be the person that helped you get through this. So the healing, reevaluating needs, self-care / self-love. Again, self-love is here, self-care, right? And it says moving forward. You're moving forward from the situation because you realize that you were making assumptions. You were listening to and learning from the 48 Laws of Power. That's a good book too. From the 4 agreements, you learn from the 4 agreements to ask for what you want. And so now moving forward, fate is happening. This is a destined partnership. So all of these about new situations and about stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. So is this the old relationship or is this the new relationship? So have you changed this person, or is there somebody new that's coming in and you're looking at things in a different perspectives? Because it says new love, a new love or recommitment to love is developing. So in the process of you being away, this person has really learned what it is that they want from you, or what it is they want now. Family, inner circle, blood ties. So it could be somebody in your inner circle, again, because it says that right here, that may be a spontaneous situationship when they see you back. Cancer, where you been at? What you been doing? I always wanted to tell you that I had a crush on you. Or, that could be coming from the person who you felt like was a friend and it led to more. Or, now that you're out of hermit mode, and we were able to get through the things that you were going through. Yeah, again, separation. So, again, this strictly sex calls separation, right? Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. You've been there, done that, and now it's time for healing, right? This card comes out as children. Family is here, right? Family, lockbox and access granted. So it could be children that cause this energy to, or this person to be standoffish. Maybe they're afraid to get into a situation where children, where they could, or you could want a child and they're not ready, because this is why they're afraid of those commitments, but they want sex. They want to have girlfriend, wifey experiences with girlfriend status. Does that make sense? And it says your love life is being affected by children. So it could be children that's causing all of the anxiety in this person and causing them to be distant from you. So again, when it comes to stuff like this, clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. That's where you went into and unplugged yourself. Does that make sense? I'm not sure. So I'll go ahead and pull from the Black Hollywood Oracle Romance Star deck or whatever. I'll pull from here to see what comes out. But again, interfere. Okay. Forgive and heal. As you forgive and heal, your love life becomes brighter and healthier. So that is unlocking the blockages and healing. You see what I'm saying? So now you give somebody the opportunity to see something different, because you're like, okay, if this is something that you're deciding to go back to, an old person place or this old situation, then that is something that, you have the opportunity to forgive and heal, or send strength and healing, period. Boom. And let this person heal on their own as you heal. Again, you're unlocking, but the separation causes healing. And that is what it is. As you forgive and heal, your love life becomes brighter and healthier. Does that make sense? Hold on, let me cut this other light on. Your love life becomes brighter and healthier. Ooh, that is too bright. Anyway, have faith. Trust and believe that love is here to stay this time around. It says, okay, so maybe this is a separation, an old love rekindling, which I pretty sure it could be. But in the process of this growing and healing, you're around people, and people are starting to love this healing journey that you've been on. It says, trust and believe that love is here to stay this time around. Don't let fear or doubt interfere. Trust the divine. So again, you have to trust the divine that, you send strength and healing to this person, that they'll grow and realize that sex ain't better than love. Come on, Trey Songz, come through for me. I'm just saying, children, listen, again, children are a significant factor in your love life. This may signify the desire of them or someone inner child needing attention. So again, maybe that's the same thing. The family to children shows its faith. So either they're childish because they want only sex, or there's a child, there's a child involved or children involved, right? So freedom, yeah. When we can be our truest selves, we are then able to freely love. And so that is the healing part of it. That's when you give somebody access to you, including the people that have been locked in the past, because they're healing. And again, the freedom is there, because if you guys can truly love, it says, when you can be your truest selves, we are able to freely love. Your true love is already a part of your life. It says a new love or recommitment to love is developing. This relationship can stand the test of time. So again, that is what's happening when it comes to this divine partnership. But you have to learn to forgive and love. You have to learn to forgive and love and not hold on to the past. Vivid dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. As the connection deepens, your dreams become more pronounced and full of answers. So again, that is what you were doing, and trusting in into your intuition, right? Accountability. Exactly this person, right? Oh, let me read it first. Someone needs to take accountability for their actions. It may be you, your partner, or both of you. Acknowledging the effort of your behaviors allows you to move forward. So that could be the healing, that somebody is taking accountability for their actions. So the strictly sexuals, you making assumptions, you separating from this person, them coming back around, them healing in the process, hopefully, respectfully, they're healing. And then you guys come back around, they realize that you're engaged but not totally interested, because now you've built this substance of yourself, and now you're ready to get connected to the universe, because you've been in hermit mode too long. Inner fears. As you face your inner fears, you recognize what is holding you back from attracting a healthy and loving relationship with others and yourself. So again, making assumptions that somebody who is strictly sexual will have that same energy that you have. And so therefore, you had to learn to forgive yourself and heal, and forgive this person and heal, and then work on the things that you need to work on and not focus on what it is that they want to work on. So I'm going to pull from the Breakup Oracle deck to see what's going on. We're 30 minutes into it. After this, I'll pull a tarot, and then we're going to go ahead and pull a crystal deck and then let this negative energy and old energy go. So this is from the Breakup Oracle deck, because you guys are in separation, and you are working on yourself. And hopefully this person is doing the same thing and can understand. Yeah, look at this. The universe says it's not for you. So trusting your intuition. This person who wants strictly sex and is afraid is not for you. But that doesn't mean they won't be for you. That doesn't mean that they can't grow. That just means that right now they're not for you. It says, I love you more than, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. It says, I love you. I love you more than I have ever found a way to say to you. Exactly. So the separation is giving this person a chance to see what it's like to be in love but be without you. Does that make sense? And so that is how I see that this energy is going. It's because, this person has to realize what it's like to be without you. And so the separation is causing that. And it's causing you to stop making assumptions. It's causing them to realize that sex ain't better than love. It's causing them to go, you and them to go and face their fears. Because if they don't, they realize that you won't be there for them. And that is not for you. So in order for you to come out of this situation, somebody has to take accountability and heal, and have stability. This relationship can stand a test of time. Freedom. When we can be our truest selves, we are then able to freely love. And so they have to realize that the inner fears is for both of you guys is causing you guys not to have faith, right? Trust and believe that love is here to stay this time around. Don't let fear or doubt interfere. Trust the divine. So you see what I'm saying? And so the self-care, focus on your energy field. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. So depth. Anyway, vows and commitment. I can never say depth. Anyway, complexity, awareness, and importance. Vows, commitment, promises, and fidelity. So when they get to this point, access is granted when they're ready to move to a different level with you. But until then, there needs to be some type of depth when it comes to this situation. So, they can throat chakra. Sorry. They can love you, but not the way that they are used to loving people. Whoa. You guys hear that? That they're used to loving people. And being shallow, like Gaston, right? Like Gaston. Nobody's going to take Gaston serious until he gets out of that situation, or out of that egotistical situation. Well, no one fights like Gaston. Take deep, you know what I mean? That one. That arrogant energy. Nobody is going to really authentically love him. They love him because he looks this way and he's so manly. I have biceps to spare, So again, he thinks that women should be a certain way in the kitchen cooking, not reading books and, doing things that, everybody, or having an imagination or wanting more, exactly. So again, it comes with it being darkest before the dawn, 10 of Swords energy, or feeling like a failure. It also comes with the Knight of Cups, somebody, a messenger of romance and invitation, or somebody coming towards you with a cup of love, and so that is how I see this energy when it comes to that. And this tells you that it's darkest before the dawn. And the saying says, always follow your heart, because it'll never lead you astray, and those things the mind can't explain. So that's you trusting in your intuition and trusting in why you want things to be the way that you want them to be. I was going to pull this card, but those cards came up. It's a party place, the Three of Cups energy. This card comes with unsure energy. Yeah. Four Swords energy is, being patient, but at this point, it's like difficulties and it's like standoffish because, you've been excluded from this relationship or situationship, and therefore you just have to keep doing you. We're going to clarify the Four Swords energy, and that's why it needs clarification because not only have you been patient with this person, you turn around and you start to feel some kind of way. Yeah. So the Page of Wands energy, you're not holding on to the past anymore. Remember, yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. The only thing that's real is the present moment. You're living in the here and now, right? Listen to that. Here and now. Sorry. Reminds me of Luther Vandross. Don't get me to thinking. Your true love is already a part of your life. So you're in the now. You're not dreaming anymore. You're paying attention to the things, but the Page of Wands here says the development of news and enthusiasm. You're living in the present moment right now, and that's developing a lot. And now you're telling yourself, plug yourself back in. It's time for you to come out of hermit mode and to stop worrying about and making assumptions about why somebody is the way that they are, and just move forward with yourself. Does that make sense? And move forward right now and focus on you. Because if this is, your belief system is changing, Hierophant energy. You're changing your belief system. You're changing how you see things. You're changing how you make assumptions. You're not making assumptions anymore. Yeah, because it's toxic and you had a realization. Unlocking made you have a realization of what it is that you don't want. And this is, a provider of emotional support and maturity. The King of Cups energy. So with the King of Cups energy, it's just letting you know that only love, compassion, and understanding can truly bring you the happiness and tranquility that you seek. King of Cups energy, somebody who is loving and understanding and not toxic. And that is where the realization comes in at the Devil energy, self-destructive patterns, somebody who only wants sex, that is like Gaston, who's toxic, and only wants things to be a certain way, their way, or the highway. And this is a part of you understanding where your anxiety and everything comes in at, and the karmic situations and the assumptions that you've been making, and now you're moving forward. Does that make sense? So that's how I see that. So now we're going to pull from the crystal deck, and then we're going to move forward and release this negative energy and old energy. Yeah, I just feel like that was a good reading. Lapis Lazuli. Lapis Lazuli. I think I got one of those somewhere. I think it's in my living room. Oh, no, this is not it. I was going to say this is it right here. No, I think it's this one. Which one? I don't even think it's this one. Let's see. I think it's this one right here to the right. To the right. Orange hearts if it's to the right. I think it's this one though. Anyway, so, oops. This is dealing with your third eye chakra, your crown chakra, and your throat chakra. If these are blocked, you're not able to communicate, to express yourself, or even to trust in what you're communicating, or trust in even expressing yourself. So it causes anxiety, right? And then the third eye chakra is your intuition. If your intuition and your perception and your understanding is blocked, you will not be able to understand why it's not good for you to make assumptions, and understand why you have to say the things that you want, no matter what this person is like. If they're strong and manly like Gaston, or big and burly like the Beast, you still have to be able to speak your mind. The crown chakra is your belief system right here. Whatever you believe in is what you believe in. Even if it's selflessness, and even if it means that you have to challenge somebody's belief systems or walk away because you don't understand, or you can't be in a situationship, so you thought, when it comes to just being sexual. And that's you dealing with your inner fears and dealing with, you standing up for yourself and trusting in your intuition and sending strength and healing, period, to a person. So this is the communication, your inner power and your intuition. Okay. And so the affirmation on the back says, I see clearly and speak with confidence. So you're not making assumptions. You're going to speak clearly. You're going to see clearly with your intuition, right? Trusting in your intuition, and speak with confidence, and speak with confidence. And that's you facing your inner fears. And that's you not just unplugging yourself every time somebody feels like you feel like somebody is karmic, or they give you anxiety. So that is how you have to do. You're taking your power back. So now let's let go of this old energy. I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. Remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, or a situation. I love you guys.